There we go. We're live everywhere now. Good morning. Good morning. How are you this morning? I hope you are really well. And welcome to my usual Tuesday morning live, where today I am going to be talking to you all about visibility. Now, I am going live on TikTok on my phone. Hi, TikTok, as well as on all of the other platforms. So if you're here, it's because I'm on StreamYard, streaming out to lots of different places. So for those of you that don't know me, that are perhaps new into my world on one of the other platforms, I am Mandy Nicholson, and I am the Creative Genius Consultant. I'm an artist, I'm an author, and I'm a creative retreat owner here in Scotland. I've got my first retreat of the year this weekend, so it's really exciting. And I help creative women to launch, grow, and scale their businesses and make more money. And today I'm going to be talking to you about why you need to be visible in your business. Now, I don't just mean showing up live and making videos and that's it. We're going to be talking, morning, Nancy, we're going to be talking about visibility as a concept and how to really understand what visibility is when it comes to building and growing an online business. The world is online now, and I'm on TikTok as well. So, world is online on multiple platforms. And it can feel really overwhelming when you are starting out in business and you feel like you've got to be everywhere. So I want to talk about why you should show up, but also how to be productive when you are doing it. Because visibility is one thing, visibility for the sake of it is really not worth it. I'd say stay in bed if you're just going to do a live for the sake of it. You need to be having a purpose. So that's where we're going to start. Visibility starts with purpose. Why am I showing up in this way? And what valuable content have I got to share with the audience that could potentially be watching me right now or watching me on replay? So what's the purpose of me actually showing up and being visible? Now, visibility is not just video. You don't have to just do videos. The other platforms allow you to write text posts. You can share photographs, even on TikTok. You can create carousels. There's lots of ways of being visible and showing up. Now, I think you're probably thinking, well, I know this, but visibility is more than just showing up. So what's really important in terms of visibility is the quality of the content that you are sharing. So you have got to really care for and look after not only the video quality, the image quality, the brand quality, the copy and text quality, and the font quality. Because if you're going to be becoming visible wherever you show up, people need to just know it's you. They need to know from your branding, from the way that you speak, from the way that you show up in general, that it's you. And they need to see that and perceive you as an expert in your area of genius. So it's no good throwing out copy for the sake of it. And I do see a lot of this on TikTok where people are just cobbling together other people's videos. That's not great copy. It might get people watching it, but it's not going to get people behind you in your business. Great copy speaks to the person that needs or wants you or your product right now or your service and shows them how they can work with you. So better, and what I'm going to say here is quality over quantity. It is worth, if you're going to show up live, know what you're going to say. That's the first thing. If you're nervous, practice beforehand. Yeah, practice. Open yourself a Facebook group. And I'm saying this because I actually did this. Open a Facebook group and be the only person in it and do lives in there and watch them back and see what you look like. and see how you come across. See if you've got any annoying habits like using your hands all the time, like I do, that you think might irritate people, or is that part of who you are? And once you're aware of it, then actually you can portray the things that you want to say and use the hand movements or whatever it is that you do to underline what you're saying. See? So open yourself a Facebook group, be the only person in it, and practice and practice and practice. You weren't born good at everything you are good at now. You became good at it by repetition. You didn't learn to walk immediately. You shuffled, you crawled, you pulled yourself up on furniture, you took tentative steps, and then, and only then, did you actually walk. And it's the same when it comes to visibility. And the reason I decided to talk about this today is I get a lot of clients who say to me, well, my Facebook page is private. I'm not sure I want to be more visible. I hate the way I look. I hate my voice. I don't think I've got anything to share with the world. And that is more about mindset. And actually, that's where you need to start and work on is mindset and accepting yourself. And therefore, if that is something you struggle with, then perhaps a bit of mirror work would work well for you. Go and stand in front of the mirror. Now, and again, I never tell you anything I haven't done myself. I had to do this when I was starting out as a store manager, and I was on a management course with Bournemouth University, a diploma course in management studies. And visibility was on the cards for us to be learning about. And we had to stand up and do presentations in large groups. And we were told to video ourselves and to stand in front of a mirror and recite poetry and look at how we expressed and how we spoke when we were reading something meaningful. So practice in front of the mirror, read a piece, look at yourself, film yourself on your camera and watch it back. And loads and loads of ways that you can become more visible on video and build your confidence. But then there's the other way, isn't there? The just do it, the JFDI way of just press the live button and go live and talk about something that you're passionate about and that you know really, really well. So I know my business really well. I know my clients really well. I'm really comfortable just pressing live with no preparation because there was none for today. I have literally just shown up. I'm happy to press that live button now, but I'm 4 years into my business. I've worked with hundreds of clients and I know the things that trigger them. I know the things that bring fear to them. And actually, you know, there are lots of ways of getting used to that. So on my, in the description and in the pre-advertising for this live, I said I was looking for 3 women who currently are a little bit nervous about going live and becoming more visible to come into this session and be interviewed by me live so that they can actually get some experience in being live and talking about what they're really, really good at. It's a great opportunity for you to practice, but in a safer space where I actually won't let you fail. I will actually make sure that you do okay. So when you are looking at becoming visible on social media, it's more than just video. It's also all the other posts you do. It's highly likely that you're only going to go live once, maybe twice a week. Okay, so you need to make sure that that live is really good, that it speaks to your audience, that the lighting is good, that the camera positioning is good. I'm going live on my phone and my laptop at the same time here so that I can hit all platforms. Now, there's a reason I'm doing that. It's a productivity thing. So what I don't want to do is at the minute I'm going live on my personal page, my business page, my group, Creative Genius Corner, LinkedIn, YouTube, X and TikTok via the phone and another group. Good morning, Lisa. Got people dropping on Facebook here. So it's one live, but on multiple platforms. That's your first productivity tool. So when you're going to become visible, how can you be productive when you do it? Because your time is precious. It's the most precious thing you have. So how can you be productive? I pay for StreamYard. StreamYard is free initially, but if you want to go live on multiple platforms, you do have to pay for it. But just think of the time that you can save by using an external tool like that. I think Facebook are actually kicking it out of groups very soon now. So I'll have to do a separate live in my group, which is very annoying, Mark Zuckerberg, really annoying. You're interfering with my productivity tool. So, but then think about the rest of your content, okay? The touch points that you have to have now with your customer for them to actually make the decision to buy from you or to hire your service or whatever it is anything between 25 and 35 touch points. 33, I think, was quoted more recently in some sort of survey. So somebody needs to see your content 33 times. So it's more important than ever now that you are visible. But visibility isn't just video. Visibility is also the other content that you put out. So are the images you're sharing good quality, crystal clear, contain your branding if necessary, and actually work well with the copy that you are writing? Does your copy have a headline that actually makes somebody think, I might be interested in reading this? Because you've literally got 3 seconds to get somebody's attention. 3 seconds for somebody to go, that might be something I'm interested in. I'm going to have a look at that. So you need a engaging headline in your copy. You need to make your copy easy to speed read, because nobody wants to read a book on a Facebook post unless they're hooked in the first 3 sentences. So break up your sentences, use spacers, use emojis, and make it look. I'm a creative. You know, every post that goes out for me has to look good and has to have a good image attached to it, because that's really important. And I'm consistent with that. And it's important to be consistent with that. I'm almost, what would they say? I'm a bit anal about my copy and how it goes out. I am. I've got a standard, and that standard goes through everything I do. How you do anything is how you do everything. So if you put out shoddy copy, if you put out half thought out captions and no headers and pixelated photographs, people are just going to scroll right past you. It doesn't matter whether you think it's great or not, people are going to scroll past. So visibility is way more than just showing up on video. Visibility is about setting a standard in your business that you are going to adhere to through everything that you do. Now, I'm sure that if you are creating a product, whether it be a painting or you're making something, or whether you're writing a book, or whether you are delivering a course, whatever it is you do, I'm sure you do it to the best of your ability, to a certain standard. And if you're creative, which I'm sure you are, you'll be really OCD about that. You'll know how you want that to go out to the world. It's the same with visibility with your copy. Every time you put a post onto any social media platform, very few people are going to see it, first and foremost. Most people are going to scroll past if you don't have something that stands out. So visibility-wise, what do people look at the most? We're going to start with your face. Faces. Humans connect with other humans. Therefore, seeing your face and seeing you animated on a video or a really good photograph is really important to go along with your copy. Animals. People love dogs and cats. A picture of you with a dog or cat may well stop somebody in their tracks. Animals are a big a scroll stopper. I call them scroll stoppers. Now, I'm not suggesting that you do clickbait, but I want you to think about every single image that you put out. If you're going to use something other than your face or other than, an animal, which are the biggest scroll stoppers, think about color and impact. People also like colorful posts. So you've got faces, animals, and color. These are the things that are going to work for you the best. Make sure you are using your branding. Make sure that the text is clear if you're using text on the graphic, and make sure that it relates to what you're saying in your copy. You have to become a professional at being visible in your business. And the people that are making the most money these days are highly visible. Now, visibility extends beyond video and beyond posts to things like podcasts, radio, media, TV, all of those areas. But you want to show up in all of those areas at the same standard as well. So if you're going to do a podcast, know exactly what you're going to talk about. If you're going to appear on a radio show or TV, you've got to look the part. You can't go on TV and look like you've been thrown together. So think about that. You wouldn't go on TV and look like you've been thrown together. You would make a lot of effort with the way that you presented yourself. So it's the same with everything that you put out. Every time you post on social media, any platform, people are looking at that and judging the quality of that content. Is it relevant to them? Is it what they want? And do you look like a professional when you have transmitted it to the world? So visibility is way more. If you struggle with spelling, because spelling is something that, there are the spelling police are out there looking for people who misspell things so that they can comment on it. And we are human. And we do make mistakes, and it's okay to make mistakes with your spelling and your grammar occasionally, but run it through Grammarly, run it through Word, check your copy. There's always going to be things that slip through, like the time that I misspelt clock. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Everybody noticed that one. It was a good post because it was well engaged with, because I misspelt clock, but I did not do that on purpose. So there's going to be times, but do be professional when you show up. Do take your business seriously. For creatives, people want to see the process behind what it is you're creating. If you're writing, take some video of you sitting writing and use that as content. If you're a painter, oh my goodness, people love to watch people painting. Maybe if you're quite slow at it, do it on speed it up and let people see how you paint, what your studio looks like. If you're delivering courses, testimonials for all businesses. But like I've just said, I want to interview 3 women on this live over the next 3 weeks. Get yourself on interviews, get yourself out there. Visibility is everything. And these days, people are very picky. They want to know the face behind the business. So be consistent with visibility. Make sure that all of your platforms have your branding, and no matter where people land, they can see it's you instantly. It's really important. So have you got banners that are consistent through all of the social media platforms? Are you showing up with your authentic voice and not saying what you think people need to hear? Be authentic, show up regularly, have a plan for it. You should be showing up at least once a day on your personal page, minimum 1 to 3 times a day on your business page on Facebook, minimum once a day Instagram, TikToks, LinkedIn. Showing people, you can go more than that, but minimum, that's a lot of posts. How are you going to manage that? Where's your planning time and what's your strategy? What are you going to be talking about? How are you going to be presenting it? Sometimes things are better presented on video. Sometimes it's better as a post. decide for yourself. I usually pick a topic. This week's topic in my group, Creative Genius Corner, is visibility. And all week, my posts will relate to visibility because that's the topic of the week. The topic of the week is usually what I talk about live. And then I run with that through all of my copy, just in case people didn't watch the live, miss the live, or watch it on replay a couple of days later. So go away today and think about what is your strategy for visibility. Do a plan. What does a week look like? 7 days. Okay, so what's Sunday's post? Do you have a Sunday social post, a Sunday spotlight post? What's your theme for Sunday? What's your Monday post? When are you going to do your live? If you do your live on a Tuesday like I do at 11 o'clock, do that every week at the same time. Pre-advertise it. Let people know that you're going to be doing that. Even though people get used to you being there at that time, still advertise it. And think about how you're going to show up every single day on social media. Now, I know this can feel overwhelming, but once you are into a working strategy and you are working with it all the time, it becomes easier. It really does. Believe me, been there, done that in my business. So last week I gave you ideas for 17 different ideas of how you could make £1,000 really quickly. This week I'm saying, you've got to be really visible. So build your audience, think about your strategy for showing up and how you're going to be showing up. Set the standard of quality for your text, for your video, for your images. And, think about that in some detail. Get that strategy down on paper. And that could be one of the most important things you do when you're starting out in business. We want to see you and we want to know what you've got that can help us right now in our lives or in our business. And if you don't show me, I'm never going to buy it. So I need to see you. Okay, thank you very much for attending. If you are here on this live today, thanks for being here. If you want to be interviewed by me on 6 social media platforms over the next three to 4 weeks, DM me now and let me know that you'd like to be one of the interviewees, and we will set up an interview and decide what we're going to talk about. And that will help you be seen by lots more people. It will help your visibility. Have an awesome week. I will see you same time, same place next week, different topic, and I will hopefully be interviewing one of you. Bye for now.